Hello students, I am Anwat Vike. We are here for the discuss of our second course of TYBSc specialization in geography. Second paper is geography of travel and tourism, and we are going to discuss the syllabus of geography of travel. This is the syllabus for the geography of travel and tourism. Here, there are the four major chapter of this syllabus. This is the first chapter of our syllabus. This is the introduction geographical studies of tourism. In that, we will be focus the various definitions of the geography of travel and tourism. In that, we will be discuss the early concept regarding with the our geography of travel and tourism. Then, role of geography in tourism. What is the role of geography in tourism? We will be discussed in this chapter. As we know, there is a close relationship between the geographical features like as the waterfalls, then canyons, like as we can get example of the world's Great Canyon, which is located into the United States. Like as there are the too many recreational features are associated with our geography. So we will be focus upon the role of geography in tourism. Then major components of the tourism also being part of our discussion in this chapter. As we know, these are the some learning points of our first chapter. The first learning point is tourism as a regional resource. Means we will be discuss what is tourism's role into the regional resources. As we know, there are so many resources like as the coal, then electricity. These are the one type of the resources. Same as tourism, also one important resource, is useful for the focals. Then the tourism is a multifaceted phenomenon. We know that the tourism is one industry which is a creator so many jobs. So it's a multifaceted the phenomenon. Means it's not associated. It's associated with the primary sector, secondary sector, then tertiary sectors, and quaternary. The, means this fourth occupation is being part of the this sector. So this sector is known as the multifaceted phenomena. Then the basic elements of the tourism. There are the three important basic elements of the tourism. First is dynamic, static, and consequential. These are the three important element of tourism. We will be discuss what is dynamic, then what is static, and what are the consequential elements. Then in this chapter, we will be going to focus upon the spatial pattern of supply. Spatial pattern of supply means what? What is the uh, supply in tourism? There is only one type of the supply. Supply is associated with the tourist, which are the world's country are the concerned with this pattern of supplement of the tourists. Like as we can get the examples of the European countries, people are mostly likely to visit to any where into the world. So these European countries are considered as a special pattern of supply. Then the second is the special pattern of the demand, means which country or the whereas the people are easily get the preference to visit. Okay, means such type of the things we will be discussed into the these learning points. Then geography of resorts. This is another things we will be discussing this chapter. As we know, what is a resort? Resort means nothing else. It's just like as a hotels which are located near to the sea. whereas they are located near to the sea, they are considered the seaside resort. Then in winter resorts, summer resorts, they are the based upon their seasonality. Then in various season in India, we can observe that these are the various types of the resorts has been located. Then another one is tourist movement and flow and the impact of this tourism. Means whereas from this flow of the tourism is start and where to the is most of the high spot hotspots of this tourist point. As we know, there are some points where as we can find out the tourist movement flow from Europe to all over the world is recorded higherly anytime. Okay, and, this is our second chapter. We will be discuss in this chapter the tourism resources. As we discuss, tourism is a regional resource, same as in tourism resources, locational factors and attraction. These are the important sub part of this chapter. In this chapter, we will be focused upon the geographical location and geographical location. We know there are the two types of the geographical location, absolute and relative locations. As we know, if we get the example of the water, our Nasik's waterfall is known as the Someshwar waterfall. It's have the specific absolute locations, means it have its own latitude and longitude, and relative locations near to this. In relative locations, like as we once again get the example of this waterfall of our Nasik Someshwar, near to this Someshwar Nasik waterfall, we have found or we have get the visits to the temple of Someshwar. This is a relative locations of this temple. Okay. Then the attractions, we know in the geography of travel and tourism is totally based upon the attractions of the human beings. So always attract towards the various types of the attractions. They may be natural attractions, they may be man-made objects. Like as natural attractions means the active volcanoes, then national parks, then there are various types of the natural attractions like as Grand Canyon and waterfall. These are the natural features, and man-made objects like as the features which is created by the human beings. We can get example of Taj Mahal, then Eiffel Tower, such are the object, whereas the peoples are migrates or the people are likely to visit. Okay. Then seasonality. In this second chapter we will be discuss upon the seasonality, and seasonality is most important part in geography of travel and tourism. Tourism is totally controlled by the seasons. As we know, the Baba Amarnath Yatra is restricted in any season. It's only likely open in the specific seasons. Like as another the important factor like as temperature, wind speed, then precipitation, visibility. These are the some natural phenomena which affect upon the our seasonality of tourism. Then accessibility. In tourism sector, accessibility is most important because of the tourists must be reach their destination with the help of their vehicles. There are many physical assets like as a plain plateau and mountainous ridges. They are the major abstract in this accessibility. We will be discussing this chapter. Then, like as accessibility, with the reference to the travel time, cost of distance, means it's based upon the which type of the traveling you will be used, like as road, rail, and the air type of transportation we will be discussing in this chapter. Then mark accessibility. The tourist location is developed Whereas it's developed there in the surrounding area, market accessibility is automatically you will be observed the develop. Okay, like you can get example of Shirdi, then Mahabaleshwar in this region or in this location we can find out the market accessibility and the concept of in. And there are many concepts related with the tourism as a resource we will be discuss in this learning point. Then this is our third chapter, factor affecting tourism. There are so many factors which affect upon the tourism. In that the dominant factors is the physical factor. The natural in that the first learning point is the geography means plain, plateau or the mountainous regions. These are the important factor which affect on the tourism. Whereas the topography is to plain, the accessibility is remain higher than the any kind of the topography. Then soil, slope, then stability is being part of these natural features. Then relief features as we discuss the mountains, lake, coast, waterfalls, hot springs and volcanic islands. These are the some recreational features whereas the people get attract. Then third important factor which affect on the tourism is a climate. If you want to visit the Rajasthan, then you will be not prefer the May or the April month. Okay, you get the preference which month exactly you will be get the preference between the November to February. Okay, this type of the climate is a major play the major role into the factor of tourism. Then rainfall, then sunny days, then snow-free days. These are the various climatic factor which affect on the tourism. Then vegetation also one important factor which affect on the tourism in national parks, then sanctuaries, and we get the examples from our India, the Kanha National Park, then India's many national parks is like Kaziranga. Okay, means these are the means you will be not get a preference to visit Kaziranga at in the this means in monsoon days because of the Brahmaputra river is determine or the control your tourism in this region. Then historical and cultural factor will be discussed in this chapter. Okay, means which are the historical and cultural factor which are the effect on the tourism growth of historical places means sometimes there are many time to time your history has been created upon the world, so the this historical places has been uh, regenerated into the any time. Then national culture and heritage preservations, then we will be discussing this lecture how to preserve the national culture and the heritage preservations. Then cultural diversity, we will be discussing cultural diversity in that the language, social customs and tribal culture. Yeah, which type of the tribal cultures is being the part of India, like as in Gond, then Billa, such type of the tribal culture is being the part of our discussion. Then fourth chapter is tourism and tourist and or tourism. What is the basic difference between the tourist and tourism? This is the basic classification of this fourth chapter. There is a difference between the tourist and tourism, then difference between the travel and tourism, then tourism and travel as a basic needs of the man. Then the nationality, we know the tourist has been classified upon their nationality, the international and national tourist. if we visit, means the Maharashtrian people visit to the Kerala, that time is a considered as a domestic tourist. If the Italian man visit to the Kerala, that time he is considered as an international tourist. Okay. Then in this fourth chapter, the second learning point is tourist characteristics. In this chapter, we will be discuss the tourist characteristics like as his socio-economic characteristics, then visitor density. Visitor density means how many people visit to any particular regions. It's calculated with the specific formulas. Then length of stays, then type of tourist activity, then level of tourist satisfaction means after the visiting the we calculate the level of tourist satisfaction index, and how to calculate we will be discussed in this chapter. Then the purpose of travel is a third important learning points. There are so many purposes of the travel is maybe recreations, it may be cultural, it may be regarding with the health, it may be medical, it may be sport. We get the example of sport like as in the Olympic, then World Cup cricket, such type of the events are they being part of the uh, purpose of the travel. Then education and business also part of investigation. Then last learning point of our fourth chapter is institutional framework to tourism in India. There are many organizations regarding with the travel and tourism. Then what are the policy has been adopted by this government or this organization? We will be focused upon it's in this chapter. Then publicity means ad is the most important factor which is attract the peoples towards a specific destination. Then promotion and problems, the problems regarding with the our tourism we will be discussed in this chapter. And for this syllabus we have these reference books. This is a reference books we will be, it's all reference books are available in our KTHM College library. You can issue it from our library from your uh, time. Okay, this is the Douglas book, is a tourist development. The AP Singh's Himalaya Environment and Tourism books is there, and Kumar's book is there. You can issue from our library. Okay. Thank you very much for watching.